Welcome back to another episode of our Wednesday Icon Talk. This is yours truly, His Excellency the Car, and in today's episode, we are going to be with our Assistant Dean, Courtney Lodge, as we are going to hear about how to expand your business. Without any further ado, Assistant Dean Courtney Lodge, please take us away.
Oh, I've been given direction that our first speaker is in place. As you know, we gave you all a little test this morning. Y'all thought it was a mistake, didn't y'all? No mistake. We want to test if, when given instructions on a webinar, how many of you can jump to it, get on there, get your virtual background, get yourself in place. And you guys passed. Look at you. You guys passed. Awesome, awesome. So our first master class, number one, is how to expand your business. And it's going to be done by our presenter is Assistant Dean, Courtney Lodge Chaplain. And he's our Assistant Dean of our GODSU Credit Union, also co-founder, CEO, and master coach at Sure Profits Academy and Sure Profits Coach. And he's a TV star, guys. He just gave away, I think, $15 million on TV, the audacity of it, to get up there and give out $15 million. Well, that's what this gentleman does. And he can show you, if he can give away $15 million, that means he has a lot more than that. So he's going to show you what you need to be doing so you can accumulate that kind of wealth and then be able to just give it away willy-nilly, just like 15 million for you, 50 million for you, just like Oprah, 50 million for you, etc., etc. So that's what he's going to teach us today. So without further ado, I bring to the mic our masterclass number one professor, Assistant Dean Courtney Lodge Chaplain. Take it away.
Good morning, good morning. All right. Yes, and in the meantime, in between time, greetings to my GODSU family. Good to be here. And beautiful chaplain. 15 million is 25% of what I actually did. It was 60 million Jamaican dollars. All right. Okay. So maybe you're working it out.
Money. It's still give him a hand. It's still a lot of money. I still applaud that. Excellent.
Right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, good morning again. How to expand your business. And this is a 5-step profit formula, a 5-step formula for building a multi-million-dollar empire. And as Chancellor was just mentioning that I was running a project for a client. The client said, listen, I have money, but I don't have enough customers coming into my business. And I said, all right, guess what? In 21 days, I'm going to get you 150 to 200 clients. I got her 321 clients in that 21 days. So she is now going to be expanding her business exponentially because she has all the clients she needs and more. What we're going to be doing this morning here live at GODSU is to look exactly at some of those strategies and techniques as to how you can improve your business, expand your business, or if you know someone who has a business, how you can help them to do so, at least point them in the right direction, right? Yes, I am Courtney Lodge, as was already mentioned, Assistant Dean here with the Global Over the Day Seminary and University. And let me just start by saying that business owners out there today, especially during this climate, they are really suffering and struggling to operate their businesses. They need help, but they don't know where to turn. And many are so unaware of the very simple and easy to implement, the cost-free strategies that they can use right now to not only stabilize their revenues, but to increase their revenues and to see huge increases and to expand their businesses so that they can have the business that they dreamt of. And today, I will be showing you some of the underlying conditions, what I call business comorbidities, that make businesses weak and sick and vulnerable. But that's not the emphasis, right? It does not matter how much you focus on the weakness or weaknesses, that will never help you to improve your company unless you do things to eliminate those. I'm going to show you step by step how to heal your business so your business can prosper and expand. What is the game plan for today? Today, I'm going to provide you with 2 to 3 actionable strategies that you can use starting today. And these strategies will double or triple your leads and your conversion rates and grow your revenues and your profits exponentially. Coming to you live from Sure Profits Academy in collaboration with Global Overday Seminary and University. And this is the agenda, looking at some of the problems, the solutions, the 5-step formula, conclusion, and for those who are here, you'll be getting a gift, an early Christmas gift, or of course, if you're not Christian, then it's an early New Year's gift, or however you take it, right? So, all right. A big part of the problem is that there are underlying conditions, comorbidities within each and every business that is out there. But many of them go undiagnosed or misdiagnosed, or, just whatever those situations are, they just don't know what the issues are that are bothering them in the first place. Let me set up my presentation by saying that there are 3 market conditions. I'm going to look at business conditions next. So these are market conditions for business survival and viability. All 3 of these conditions must exist for any business to have a chance of success. You can't have just 2 of the 3. First, a problem must exist in your market. And every person out there, every business, they have problems they don't want. And then there are solutions they want that they don't have. So your product or service must offer a solution to the problem that you have identified, that you have some capability to deal with. But what's the biggest challenge? Even after you've identified these, if your competitors are coming up with the same solution that you have, you guys are forced to compete on price, because the client cannot tell you apart. And when the client cannot tell you apart because you have not been able to distinguish yourself and show your uniqueness and what value you bring that's different from each and everyone else, the clients, the customers are forced to now ask for the lowest price. And what do? You start a price war, and you start bidding down your prices and discounts all the way down till you have no profits and your business dies. But the solution there is that you have to be unique, you have to be innovative, you have to separate yourself from the crowd. This is what is called a market dominating position. This is, yes, your uniqueness, but your uniqueness that's based on the hot buttons of your clients. What are the challenges that they are having, and how can you solve these? And this is the most critical component to build a successful and sustainable business. So 2 of those 3 market conditions, a problem and a solution. And the third one is, even if you have the greatest solution and there's no demand for it, then you won't be making the sales, right? So you won't be able to grow your business. And sometimes there's demand, but just the way you package it, the offer that you make, somebody else is making a better offer, even though you have a better product. So the demand and the offer. Now, those are market conditions, but what about your business? 3 business fundamentals needed for business survival and viability. These are they. The 3 business fundamentals every business must have in place to not only survive, but to thrive. Again, your market dominating position. You must be unique. You must stand out from the crowd. In addition to that, your business must offer extraordinary and exceptional value. And when I say value, your prospects, no matter who they are or where they are or what they're buying, they always want the best deal. And of course, this best deal does not mean the lowest price. It means the most value for the price they pay. Many people gladly buy a Lamborghini or a Bugatti because they perceive $1 million value, so they'll buy $1 million Bugatti, right? So it's all about the perception that, of course, it must be backed by a real value, but then you must create that perception that it is the best and highest value. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. Price is what you pay, value is what you take home. Customers buy value, not price. And the third thing that your business must have, you must have a compelling message, that message that communicates effectively your offer, your solution, that you have the absolute best solution. And if this can take a year or two sometimes to craft the right message, it is as important as that. Now, my slide, they have quite a few things on. I will not go through everything on each slide, but I deliberately left them in there for you. So if you're replaying, watching, and you want to read the details, because some people, they love the details, they're analyticals. So definitely I provide all of that, but I might not go through all elements. In this case, business comorbidities, the challenges, many businesses, they would say, oh, I have limited profits. But a profit or absence of it is just a symptom of an underlying condition, like not enough, the improper financial records, or the business owner doesn't have the right business education, no processes and procedures in place, no core values, strategies. Wow. But most importantly is that they have no market dominating position. And again, that means no unique selling proposition, no unique value proposition, no unique product or service. They don't craft their message well into an elevator pitch. They have not focused on a niche that says, this is my ideal client, and I'll focus on satisfying you and not necessarily focusing on others. Because if you try to be all things to all people, you will not survive. Many compete on price and they don't address the needs and wants of their customers. And these are what we call the foundational problems. So I'll look again at foundations as we go. So a business, it's important to do a diagnosis on a business, because that will show the problems. Because if you're talking about your physical health and well-being, no doctor will start to prescribe medication until they do a diagnosis and understand what is happening. So a business assessment is necessary. Let's say, I love digital marketers, so don't get me wrong, right? But I'm going to be kind of hitting on a digital marketer right now. A digital marketer has been, digital marketers nowadays, they've proven to be invaluable, right? Right now, during this online time that we've been shifted online. So if a digital marketer comes to you and say, hey, I'm a digital marketing expert, I can help your business to grow your leads using pay-per-clicks and banner ads and search engine marketing and SEO. You know, that sounds slick and very nice. And that might just be what your business might need. But how would you know if an assessment has not been done? How would you know that this proposal, that this pitch coming from all different angles, that these are the right things that your business need and need in that right order? You can't unless you do a business assessment. So let's say you already have too many leads, too many prospective clients, but you're not being able to convert those tons of clients, potential clients rather, into sales. You have not been able to convert those leads into customers, huh? Because you don't have a powerful enough market, the dominating position, or your sales strategy is weak. So this might be a great proposal from the digital marketer, but it's the wrong proposal for your business at this time, because your digital marketer might say, hey, let's start right here. Let us start by focusing on, say, Facebook ads. But when you look at it, there are all of these other things, tons and tons of other things. Why not LinkedIn or Instagram? Why not use, email or content marketing? There are so many things that could be used, but unless you've done an analysis, you will not know. Because this is, in fact, the microverse of your business. These are the minutiae. And if you focus on these smaller things, I think who it is, what Goethe, the German philosopher, says things that matter most must not be sacrificed for things that matter least. But most business owners, they focus on all these wonderful bells and whistles, right? So these are tactics, but you should start with strategy. And strategies cannot be found in the tactics, the realm of tactics, because, like I said, this is the microverse. Where you need to get to is the macroverse. And here in the macroverse, there are 5 things that can help your business to grow. 5 things. And these are foundational issues, starting at number 1, more leads, conversions, more transactions, and more profits. These are the 5 steps that I will be going through. In fact, I will start more leads, conversions, transactions, more higher prices, and more profits, even though I'll mention the foundations just to get you the idea, the way you implement and the things you implement, just a little different. So don't start here, all the way out here in these little areas where they're saying, hey, you know, these are exciting stuff, because when you look at the macroverse, the bigger picture, what you do have a need, these are so many other things here. There are 5 steps, but 28 different strategies, and you should start with your strategic planning, which then has your market dominating position by you identifying your ideal clients first. Then you put in your policies and procedures and your systems, and you have to operate with trust and expertise and be knowledgeable. Because if you don't have this foundation, your building will come crashing down because it is weak. So all of these other things then come in, and you can see that digital marketing is just one of many different strategies under more leads, under the more leads step. And then under digital marketing, you have all of these tons of tactics here. And then you have sub-tactics for the tactics, yeah? So if you get lost in those minor areas, you will be missing out on the bigger picture, and your business will be weak and it will suffer. So I'm not saying you're to discount the digital market and the temporary relief that they may provide. The thing is that do not get addicted to this temporary pain reliever. And that's a big problem for so many business owners. They do not get to move on to treat the real problem and find a real solution because they found a nice temporary relief. Here we are then, let's move to the solution. There are 5 things that can help you with your solution, 5 steps. And before I go into those 5 steps, we want to remind you of the 80-20 principle, that 80% of the things you do is called busy work. They produce only 20% of the results you're looking for. But on the reverse converse, 20% of the things you do will produce 80% of your profits, 80% of your revenue, 80% of new customers, 80% of, so as a leader, you want to focus on this 20% and allow the minutiae, the details. This 80%, you delegate those and you ensure that you hold people responsible to take care of those 80% that will produce the 20%, because that additional 20%, that's also important to get you to 100% of your goals. Again, these are the 5 areas, 5 solutions that make up the 20% that produce the 80% of the results that you will need. Now, there is a book called Sure Profits Formula, and it outlines these 5 steps. It details the 5 steps. So you will eventually know how you can get access to that. Now, the bigger the building, the bigger the empire you plan to build in your life or in your business, then the deeper the foundation must be. And in this case, we're talking about those foundational issues and strategies, such as your core value, your strategies, your market dominating position, trust, expertise, education, things of that nature. And if you were to take a quick look at one version of my interpretation of my personal business strategy, the vision, mission, goals, strategies, and action plan, these are some foundational issues that are in place. Then built upon those on that foundation are these 5 strategies, these 5 steps: leads, conversions, transactions, prices, profits. You have to get more leads, convert them into more customers. Each customer, you get them to buy from you more and more and more frequently. And you get them to pay higher prices. Why would they want to pay higher prices? Because you've provided more value, and they'll gladly pay higher prices. Yeah? And then you ensure that you're generating profits. Now, all of this will lead to your goals, your mission, and your overall vision. And of course, you would have started out with your core values and your vision, and then you would have built your house from the foundation up. And why I use this illustration is that too many persons are trying to build their empire from the top down only. You must have a solid foundation and build up as well. You plan down and you build up. On my website, sureprofitsacademy.com, you would see all of those things: more leads, more conversions, transactions, higher prices, and profits. You click on those and it will give you more details than I'll be able to give you today. So this thing called Sure Profits formula, it is a real formula, because what happens is that so many clients come to me and they say, oh, I need more customers, I need more revenues, I need more profits. And they've been trying hard to get these things, but you can't get these things. Well, not directly. What you do, they're trying to work on customers, but customers can't pop out of the air. Customers is a product of you generating leads and improving your conversion rate. The more the number of leads and the higher your conversion rate, the larger the customer base will be. Then transactions, you have to improve the number of transactions, increase the price paid, and then you'll improve your revenues. Then these revenues, when you take the revenues and you improve your gross profit margin and your net profit margin, then you'll get higher and higher profits. So these are outputs, they are results, they are lagging indicators. Meanwhile, these things over here are inputs, they are lead indicators. If you're generating leads, then you know that once you're improving your conversion rate, your customer numbers will be growing. So that is the idea. So you have to be able to implement, but also implement in the right order to maximize the use of the resources that you have. When I say right order, what do I mean? So a client may come and say, hey, I want a website, or I want to start a digital marketing. And I said, well, those are very, very good tools, strategies, tactics. But let me ask, what is your market dominating position? Who's your target market? What's your elevator pitch? Because what is it that you're going to put on that website? What is it that you're going to advertise in your digital marketing? If you've not first taken the time to identify your market dominating position and who is your target market and narrow those down and come up with an elevator pitch, you're in trouble. Yeah. Here at GODSU, when I said to Chancellor, hey, Chancellor, you know, what's your market dominating position, your target market, your elevator pitch, in essence? She said, well, and I'm summarizing, and I apologize if I don't do justice to this as much, Chancellor. Yeah, but in essence, we are going out into the world, we are on a global mission to find faith. I'm coming from memory. We're on a global mission to find faith-based individuals and convert them into what? Yes. What does over the day mean? Global workers of God. So we're on a global mission to find faith-based individuals and convert them into global workers of God and global entrepreneurs. Nobody else is in the market that's saying anything like that. Because now there's a focus, there's that effort. And when you see that everything ties right back even into the name of the organization, then you know that this is an organization with some amount of focus. And of course, it's a growing organization. It's not perfect, but by having that one element right, I would say that GODSU is on a great path and a great trajectory already. So just to give an example, So these foundational things like your market dominating position, we are on a global mission to find faith-based individuals and convert them into global workers of God and global entrepreneurs. Those are foundational things. That will generate more leads because people who are your ideal clients, when they hear that message, they will find it irresistible. I am a faith-based individual and I want to become a global worker of God. There's nowhere else for me other than, I'd feel like a fool going anywhere else other than to GODSU. So those persons come, they leads generate, but then some of them will convert eventually and some will fall by the wayside and they will come on a little later. And then those that are converted, they will start to do business with GODSU to learn how to become a global worker of God. Some of us come in by the route of volunteers because I know I'm on a personal mission to, in essence, become something now that GODSU has called for me and defined for me in my life, a global worker of God. So I am working on that path. And there's one of those reasons tied into that why you're here as well. Then the organization will be able to generate more transactions, more profits, and produce the results for the clients. And that is how it will grow. So a quick example. Let's say that an organization generates 1,200 clients for the year, 100 per month, and they have a conversion rate. They're able to get 25, leads, but they're advertised and 1,200 persons who are interested say, hey, let me look at the details, but only 25% of them actually join the organization. That's 300 out of the 1,200. Each of them would buy once per month. What could one sell that one would buy once per month? Whatever example you can come up with your mind. Then let's say you sell that product for $200. Me here at Sure Profits Academy, I sell business coaching as an example. And people would buy in my monthly coaching program, they pay $200 a month. And for the year, based on these 12 transactions, these $200 and the 300 customers, I'm generating $720,000. And I'm keeping only 25% of it because 75% goes out in all types of costs. And so this is gross profits. And I'm keeping back 180,000. It's a start. Yeah, that's like after taxes and so forth, 120,000. That you can't live off that, but it's a start, right? So I say, okay, I want to increase my business by 10%. So 10% of 1,200 is, yes, you got it, 120. And when I add that, I get 1,320. Then I say I want to improve my conversions by 10%. Does that mean moving from 25% to 35%? Ah, you got it. No, it is not. And this is a big mistake that many business owners make. They believe that 10% growth is such a big growth, that I will never be able to do that. No, 10% of 25% is 2.5%. So when you add that, you get 27.5%. Moving from 25 27, that doesn't sound like it can make much difference in your business, right? But you'll be amazed of these small incremental changes, the impact that they can have, because now you've moved from 300 to 363 customers. What about the number of transactions? Now you're at 13.2. Your prices move up to $220 for each, say, course that I offer, right? And what I do to get this $13.20 for the year, one person probably has bought, instead of one course per month, in 1 month they bought 2 as an example, right? But for the rest of the year they bought 1. Not a great improvement. But look at the revenues. Now I'm already a $1 million business in terms of revenues. And my gross profits, look, from 180 to 289, that's $100,000 difference with those tiny little moves that we've made. Let's look at the 50%. And people say, oh, we cannot generate 50% growth. Yes, you can, and it's relatively easy. If you know about the compounding of business elements, how more leads convert conversion compounds into more customers, compounds into more transactions and your prices, you'll be amazed at the results. So look at the revenues here. You started at 720 and you made a 50% increase. So you're saying, okay, yeah, I'll just be at $1 million. But no, look, a 50% increase in each of these areas when compounded, you're looking at $3.6 million. This is what we're talking about, expanding your business, growing a multi-million-dollar enterprise. And now, instead of taking home 180,000, you're looking at $1.3 million. You're finally a millionaire, right? Now, all of this is a 760% increase, what I've just shown you here, when all of this is compounded, moving from 180 to 1.3 million. And when I go into a business and I say I can improve your business by 100% or 200%, a lot of persons would be doubting Thomas's and say, no, that's not possible. But we have systems and tools that we work with. All of these numbers, I just pull them from here in our calculator and put them in this little illustration to show you. But just following this goal setting example can financially transform your business exponentially. And there are 5 areas, like I mentioned, that you can use to do that. And now I'm going to have to, of course, speed up a bit. Now, I won't show you all examples like I'll show you 1 or 2 strategies. So the first one is in marketing and advertising. Write this down in your book. Well, I'll give you the presentation anyhow. The fundamentals of marketing is to have something good to say, which is your market dominating position. Yeah? We are in a global mission-defined faith-based workers, yes. Then you have to say it well, which is a compelling message. It must have what you call an interrupt and engage, educate, and offer element. These are scientifically proven to be the methodology, the steps, the psychological steps that people use to engage with you and eventually buy. And then you have to say it often. You have to repeat it so that they can know it and understand it. So the formula for generating more leads, according to Dan Kennedy, marketing guru, marketing great, there must be a market, there must be a message, and there must be a media through which you convey that message. And it must be a compelling message, in fact. Let's use this quick case study of this cosmetic surgeon that is into what he calls, it's plastic surgery, but he calls it mummy makeovers, right? So yeah, you have to, right. So this digital marketing specialist said, okay, and this is a real case study from one of my business partners there in the US, right? The digital marketer came in and said, okay, I'll run some pay-per-click ads on Facebook for you. And he spent $6,000 in the month. And the result was 35 new leads for the month. Well, at the rate that this digital market, this cosmetic surgeon is charging $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, some can live off this 35 new leads. Yeah. Let's look at the ad that they had out there. Yeah. We nurture the body that will provoke true envy. That was the message that they had. Nurture the body that, and look at this lovely young lady here. She's what, about 20 years old or so? Now, if you really want to enter the conversation that's happening in the place, taking place in the mind of your prospects, look at what happened when we moved in and we trained a digital marketer to help. Yes? First, an assessment was done. The people that we want to reach are not these 20-year-olds with perfect bodies. No, the people we want to reach are women 30 to 45 with 2 or more kids. Huh? And what's happening in their minds? I want the body that I had before I had kids. Yes, now you're talking about a market dominating position, a message that is touching the hot buttons of your clients. And then we did not only Facebook ads, because yes, that works, but we also did some direct mail because we knew exactly who these persons were in the vicinity of the cosmetic surgeon, did a little radio and a little TV. What were the results? Instead of 35 per month, now we're generating 300 to 500 leads per month. What happened to that cosmetic surgeon's practice? He had to now engage some other cosmetic surgeons that were not doing so well, and he's now their leader, and he gives them spaces in his now expanded business enterprise, and they all operate under one umbrella because he had a 1,000 plus increase in his leads. Huh? That's the type of result. So 50% increase in all 5 areas. Basically, it's super simple. This is what we call a walk in the park. It's child's play. So make a note of this in your book. To generate more leads, you must find your right market, You must have a good message, a compelling message, and then you must have a proper media to communicate that message through to your customer. I'm just showing you that this is another approach you could use, drip campaign, but I'm not going to give a case study, an example on that. Upsell and cross-sell, I won't give an example on that. I said I'll just do 2 or 3 today. This one I'll go a little bit in. So value and bundling. How do you create value? Now, the key to increase pricing is value. When last have business owners increased their prices? I think it was the 12th of never. Yeah, they're scared to death that if they increase their prices, their customers will leave. But when we do our analysis, that is just not true. Depends on how much you increase your price. Some customers will leave, but it's usually the customers who are price shopping anyhow, and who are forcing you to give them discounts and all of that. Yeah, so now you're probably left with a better crop of customers anyhow, who are paying higher, and because of that, you can give them more value, and they're happy and they will stay. So bundling is grouping together certain products to create packages that are then sold to clients. When you bundle these, what happens? You can completely eliminate price competition because you have created a unique offer. You've taken 2 or 3 or 4, in my case, courses, put them together in a package that makes a unique offer that nobody else is providing. And then customers will buy because of that value and not because of the price, even if the price is higher. Now, a market segment in which you have no price competition, that's what a real niche is. And you have to niche down until, and each company can have 5 or 6 or 7 niches. So let's look at this quick example to explain the concept of more value. Which of these car dealers would sell more of the very same $30,000 car and make more profits? Which one is perceived as offering more value? What about this car dealer? He is going to give $2,000 discount. So instead of $30,000, you're going to pay $28,000. And many people will gravitate towards that because they're price sensitive, they're price shoppers, but that's a tiny, tiny percentage of the market. Yeah. And for every dollar that you discount is a dollar lost. Yeah, straight from your bottom line profits. You can't recover this in short order. This second dealer, he decides to, instead of discounting, he's giving a free $5,000 bonus package. What did he pay? He paid $2,000 because of bulk buying and because of his negotiation skills and so forth. So it's like he's also losing $2,000 just like this person who provided discount. But in reality, what he has done, he has now created an additional value perception of $5,000. So he will now say, buy the $30,000 car, plus you get all these other bells and whistles, 1-year warranty, service, Bluetooth, things that would not have been in the car, in the base version of the car. And people want a better value, a car with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. And no, you may see it as standard in your car now, but it's because of a value proposition why someone has put those in. And you've bought it and you've probably taken it for granted because, yeah, but someone used that to convince you to buy the car that you've bought. So dealer 2 could increase his prices up to $33,000 and still outsell his competitor because he spent his time and negotiating skills to create value. Did he spend a lot of money? About the same amount, but now he's not taking a loss. Let us take this quick one then. The secret to higher prices is to implement a bundling strategy, and that's just one of the strategies. Huh? The last one, well, let's say now I probably could be a little generous and give you another, but revenues and costs quickly. Sure profits. Yes, there are two major ways to generate sure profits. You can increase your revenues, like raise prices by offering more value, and or you can decrease your costs, like stop discounting. If some business discount their price by a mere 10%, they will now have to sell 50% more just to break even. So you do a 10% discount when you're selling 100 units. Now you have to sell 200 units just to make up for that 10% discount that you have given to your clients, right? So it's a lot of work and it's not the wise way. So stop discounting. Every dollar in discount is at least $1 in decreased profits. Be like car dealer number 2 and provide more value. So the secret to sure profits is to raise prices and stop discounting. The last one then is a bonus strategy for you about how do you build a multi-million-dollar enterprise, is that once you would have done all of these things, these 5 steps, you'd have been implementing the sure profits formula, and you would have been creating standardized systems in your business that you can now leverage. These system leverage will enable you to create a franchising or a licensing model for your particular industry or profession. So now you can sell your franchises, expand your business. Now you're not, the real product of an entrepreneur is not the commodities that you sell in that business. Huh? You sell clothes, the clothes, that's not products, those are commodities. You sell cars, those are not products, those are commodities, because every car dealer has cars, right? The real product of an entrepreneur is your business, because that is unique. There's no other business in the world like yours. So as an entrepreneur, your focus should not be working in the business, but on that business. Just like it's a product, you want to ensure it's packaged properly, promoted properly, priced properly, all of that, and you focus on your business and not lost working in the business. And once you do that and you've put systems in place, you can now franchise your business, have people all over the world operating your business, and then you will be sitting back and just managing your multi-million-dollar enterprise. So how do you expand your business? Put the systems in place, then you can franchise license your business. And here I'll just, you can watch the recording and pause on the screen to see how we are franchising and licensing our business. So that's the conclusion. And one thing left, ladies and gentlemen, it's a gift for you. Take out your pens, please, and just write this down or do a screenshot or something to get these 2 things. Go here to sureprofitsacademy.com/system, and I will give you 4 courses for free. The first of 52 courses, they will teach you how to create a proper market dominating position. First, the first video, it will teach you how to view your business as a multi-million-dollar business, how you build a multi-million-dollar business. The second 2 videos are about your market dominating position and how you can create that. And that's a great start and one of the most important things, but so many business owners don't look at that. And if you want to get a good feel for what you've been doing wrong, this video here will show you why everything you've ever taught and everything you've ever done in marketing, it's completely wrong. What are businesses doing that's completely wrong in how they market and promote and build their business. So you want to watch this video and get a good little sense. So over and out from GODSU, this is Courtney Lodge, your Assistant Dean. Thank you very much for being here at GODSU.
Outstanding.
Outstanding, yes.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
And you know, a lot of people are going to say, well, if their mind's not right yet, they're going to say, well, what does this have to do with graduating with a chaplaincy or a master's degree or whatever? Guess what? That means that you're not there. You're not there just yet. You know, if you don't get it, it's because you're not where you ought to be. Let me say this. regardless, I used to have a very good government job. Yes, I did. I worked for the Department of Navy, Department of Defense. I even worked for the White House. Yes, I did. Now, at some point in life, I had to make some decisions. And in making those decisions, I had to start while I was doing my good government job with my businesses. So I started my businesses. And what I did was when my business income over a 6 month or 1 year period made more money than my good government job, then I went ahead and made that transition. But some folks, they're just sitting so comfortable in that good corporate job or that good government job that if their supervisor decides, you know what, I don't like you anymore, and you get that pink slip, see, you're just going to be floored. You're just going to be devastated. Why? Because you didn't listen to what Assistant Dean Courtney Lodge told you to do. So what is the hint? And I don't think he touched on the tax benefits. The tax benefits are ridiculous on having your own business. So in addition to everything that you can learn from Sure Profits, see, there are also wonderful tax write-offs that you cannot get if you work in a regular corporate job or you work in a government job, because you have to have your own business, just like the Genesis and Physicians Spa that's owned by Reverend Dr. Sandra Decker. She and I are on the same page. We don't believe that you can become wealthy or a billionaire doing ministry. Why? Because when money comes in through ministry, when money comes in through GODSU, you have to give it right back out. That's your calling. That's what ministry is about. So we follow the model of a TD Jakes. We're in ministry. We don't make any money. We just give that away. But we have other businesses, you see? So for Dr. Deckard, she runs a very, very successful, in fact, you know what? Let's let Dr. Deckard speak before me, because I'm just getting excited just talking about her. I'm just getting excited talking about her, especially coming behind Assistant Dean Courtney Lodge. I mean, the two just come straight together because she's doing exactly what he's doing. And in fact, he told me, he said, Dr. Diane, you can send me 4 people that you think are deserving of getting millions of dollars of assistance from me. And I'm telling you right now, Reverend Dr. Sandra Deckard, Assistant Dean Courtney Lodge, that's the woman. That's the woman right there that would be so deserving, because she has stepped out. You know the song, we have come this far by faith. That's the woman right there. They should just put her picture over that album. Move away the person who they have right now and just put her picture, because she is the personification. She is the living flesh of that song, and exactly what Sure Prophets just said. So I'm watching you all and I'm seeing who is deserving of being one of those 4 people who gets to work with the great Courtney Lodge, and she is one of those people, and that's why she's here today. And we're going to just move straight to masterclass number 3, how I'm using my multiple platforms to elevate GODSU and reach my definite purpose.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that masterclass, how to expand your business. And now we're going to show next week with our Dean Reverend Dr. Sandra Norris Deckard Chaplain, and that is how I am using my multiple platforms to elevate GODSU and reach my definite purpose. So come back next week at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to hear that. So without any further ado, I want you guys to stay tuned as we do have some more messages that follow. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share, and look forward to seeing you next week. Also, we're here every day with our God Success Teach and Pray, so please do join us in the morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern